What is going on, guys? Welcome to the video. In today's video, we are doing another full day of eating. I know that I do a lot of full days of eating on my channel, but I do know that people love them. And quite honestly, I love a good full day of eating as well. If someone posts a full day of eating, like a bodybuilder full day of eating, I am probably watching it. I don't know why it is something that interests me so much, but I just like kind of seeing what bodybuilders do throughout the day. I kind of like seeing the different foods that people go ahead and eat to go ahead and maybe give me some ideas to incorporate into my diet. So hopefully that is what this video will do for you guys. Hopefully watching this video, you guys will get a little bit of insight into some of the foods that I choose to eat, why I choose to eat them, and maybe go ahead and give them a try for your diet. But since the last full day of eating, there have been a few updates. Obviously, the further we have been pushing into the off season, calories have slowly and incrementally been going up. Due to that, some of the foods that I was eating have been swapped out just for lower volume foods, because as calories go up, we don't want the food volume to get too out of hand that we're not able to actually eat our meal. So a couple of different swaps here and there to some more calorie dense foods as we move into this off season, so that I can keep appetite in a good spot, but so that I can also keep digestion in a good spot as well, which is something that is very, very important. But nevertheless, come along with me as I show you guys what I eat in a day. Today is going to be a training day, so this is going to be my training day macros and my training day food. We're going to go ahead and knock out this morning's cardio, and then we will dive into meal number one. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Okay, so as you guys can see, there has been some changes to meal number one since you guys would have last seen this. The main reason for that was I was kind of getting sick of it. I had been having it for probably like a year at that point, to be honest with you. Not quite a year, maybe like 9 or 10 months, but I was having a very, very similar meal like that for a long period of time. So I just kind of fancied something different at this point. And also the other reason was, as I was getting further into this off season, I found that I needed to find some areas to add some more calories, and a really good area to add those calories obviously would be my pre-workout meal, which is going to be this meal, to get a little bit more carbs in before we train. And just pounding a whole shit ton of rice cakes wasn't going to cut it, so I did have to find some other ways to go ahead and increase the calories and the carbs in this meal number one. So for meal number one here, which like I said is going to be my pre-workout meal, we have 400 grams of egg whites, 50 grams of bell pepper, 50 grams of mushrooms, and then about half a cup of spinach. Just a good spot for me to go ahead and get some veggies in there, get some micronutrients in there. As well, we have 2 whole eggs here on top of 50 grams of sourdough bread. Sourdough bread is a very good bread source. I really just like the taste of sourdough bread, and I find that it also digests very well for me, and it is something that is going to be a little bit more carb dense as well, for not a ton. Like for this 50 grams of sourdough bread here, it's about 25 grams of carbs, so easy little bit of carbs there, and very tasty as well, which is very important. And then here, the biggest change obviously is the addition of 90 grams of cream of rice here, and then 100 grams of apple in there. So that's going to be the main carb source for this pre-workout meal. So it is a rather large meal, but like I did say, it is going to be my pre-workout meal. So this is going to be the main bolus of carbs that I'm going to have going into my workout, apart from intra-workout otherwise. And that's the biggest thing when it comes to kind of setting up and structuring your diet, is you want to make sure that the majority of your carbs, no matter what phase you are in, whether you're in an off season, whether you are in a prep, whether you're in a dieting phase, is you want to go ahead and place the majority of those carbs around your workout. That's going to be post-workout, and potentially intra-workout if you have the calories for it. Obviously, I'm in the off-season now, so I do have that room for that intra-workout, which we will cover in a little bit after this. But nevertheless, I'm going to go ahead, dive into this. Like I said, it is a big meal, but it's not too bad to get down. I won't lie. I've had meals in the past, like I remember in 2023, I think it was? No. What year is it? I don't know what year it is. I think it was 2022. No, it would have been 23. But it would have been back in like the beginning of 2023 when I was at my heaviest, when I was at like peak bulk. And I remember the meal I was having for breakfast was like just absurd. It was like 525 grams of potatoes and then like 350 grams of egg whites. It was like a kilogram of food. It was absolutely ridiculous, and it just crushed me. So I had to find a better way to do things going into this off season. But nevertheless, that is enough of me waffling. I'm gonna go ahead, dive into this meal, and then I will probably catch you guys for the pre and intra workout. Okay guys, so it is time for the pre and intra workout. Hopefully that's not too loud. The dishwasher is running, so hopefully you guys can't hear that too much. But like I said in the previous clip, right now, because I am a little bit deeper into the off season, there is room for a bit more calories and more specifically a bit more carbs in our intra workout, which is good because like I said, if we can go ahead and place a lot more of our carbs around that pre, intra, and post workout window, then it's just going to boost our performance, making it so that we can recover better, making it so that we can perform better as well. So for my actual pre-workout today, I've talked about this before, on my push days, I don't really do any stim-based products just to go ahead and kind of modulate my caffeine throughout the week. So I am just sipping on an energy drink right now, which is about 180 milligrams of caffeine. So for today's pre-workout, I'm just going to be using the Pre-HD Elite. Is this the Elite? Which one is this? Elite, yes. This is the Elite, the non-stim one. This is in flavor Tangerine, pretty good. I really like their pink lemonade as well. So this is just gonna have some good pump ingredients in there like L-citrulline, glycerol, some focus ingredients and things like that to go ahead and help with a good pump, because if we can get a better pump, we can go ahead and create more blood flow to that muscle. If we can create more blood flow to that muscle, then it's gonna drive more nutrients to that muscle as well, just helping for, you know, overall hypertrophy and growth. So we're gonna do about a scoop of that, and then as well, I'm also going to add some of the Dilate Liquid Pump from A&S. This is just liquid glycerol. I've talked about this before, but really good dose of glycerol in there, like 10 grams of glycerol in this serving with a little bit of citrulline and some pink salt as well. Looks really weird. I think in the last video I said it looks like Pepto-Bismol, and it definitely still does, but smells and actually tastes really, really good, which is funny. The first time I opened this, I was like, what the hell is that? It's a very odd consistency, it's a very odd color as well, but actually tastes really good and works really good as well. Come on, there we go, got it. Yeah, because what flavor is it? Strawberry mango, really delicious actually. So yeah, we're gonna combine the liquid pump there with the Pre-HD Elite, and then last thing I'm going to do is just going to be 8 grams of creatine. You guys have heard me talk about creatine dosing in pretty much every video I've ever done, but I definitely think that having 1 gram of creatine per every 10 kilos of body weight is going to be a better dosing than opposed to just kind of the blanket 5 grams. For most people, 5 grams is going to be perfectly fine, but if you really want to get the most out of creatine, then I would dose it at about 1 gram per every 10 kilograms of body weight. So yeah, that is going to be the pre-workout concoction. Like I said, just a bunch of ingredients there for some good pump, which is going to be good. Now moving on to the intra-workout. First thing I'm going to put in my intra-workout is actually going to be 100% coconut water. So this is coconut water not from concentrate, and the reason that I do this is that 1 is going to have a little bit of carbs in it from some natural sugars, which is good. A little bit of fructose that's just going to absorb very, very quickly and digest very easily. So I'm going to do about a cup of this. And then the other reason for the coconut water is actually very high in potassium, which is an essential electrolyte that does get depleted. It's going to help to replenish the electrolytes a little bit. So we're going to do about a cup of that. Then next thing we're going to do is going to be some EAAs, some essential amino acids. Essential amino acids are really good for helping promote muscle protein synthesis, because basically protein is made up of the 9 essential amino acids. So is an EAA product. So basically is an easily digestible form of protein in a sense. Also has some hydration products in there, which is really good to help you stay hydrated. So like I said, good for muscle protein synthesis to help us offset the muscle protein breakdown a little bit when we are training. When we are training, muscle protein breakdown is going to be occurring. So if we can actually go ahead and kind of tip the scales a little bit with muscle protein synthesis from the EAA product, then that's definitely going to be worth it. So 15 grams of that in there. And then finally, the last thing is just going to be 25 grams of Gatorade powder. I've talked about this before, but if you can afford to get a high quality carb powder, like a highly branched cyclic dextrin, that's going to be your best option, or like a cluster dextrin, because it is going to pass through the gastric lining very, very easily. But carb powders are very expensive and a little bit overpriced in my opinion. Like a good carb powder can be like $60 to $70, whereas like a tub of this Gatorade powder is like $8, and this is just dextrose. Some people find that they can digest dextrose fine. I find that I can digest dextrose fine. If you do struggle to digest dextrose, then you might have to go ahead and kind of lean towards one of those more expensive options like cluster dextrin. But if you can digest dextrose fine, then this is a good carb option. I've used this in previous off seasons before. It's just a good, cheap carb source coming from dextrose. So I'm gonna do 25 grams of that to give us 25 grams of carbs. So this is going to be my pre and my intra workout. So that is going to fuel me for my workout, but running a bit behind. So we're gonna go ahead and dash on over to the gym. So I will catch you guys at the gym.
Jesus, I feel like my face is fat lately. Fucking off-season things, man. Jesus, actually, I was about to ask you guys, does my face look fat? Don't comment that, please. Please don't answer that in the comments below. Yes, I know my face is fat, okay? But we're in me mother's car again. I feel like that was literally just like the most recent video that I was in my mom's car, because my car was in the shop. My car is now back in the shop again. Yeah, the old Jeep's not doing too good, but it is a 2012. So it's about 12 going on 13 years old, and it has 220,000 kilometers on it. So she is getting up there. So she has been having some difficulties lately, had to get some things fixed, which is unfortunate. But thankfully, me mom has let me borrow her car again so that I can get to the gym and I don't have to walk. I'm just kidding. I couldn't walk even if I wanted to. It's quite a ways away. It's actually in a different town. So that's something that would be a little bit of an issue. But yeah, just sitting here, collecting my thoughts before I go work out, rambling to you guys, because that's what a lot of my videos consist of, to be honest with you, is just me rambling. Why do you guys watch me? I'm kind of an idiot. A little bit of an idiot. I'm a little bit more than a little bit of an idiot. Okay. Well, thank you for tuning in to 2 minutes of Brody being an idiot before he goes and trains. So I'm gonna go in there now and crush a push workout. So let's get it.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex on. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Yo, squad shitty, my bros raw. No breaks, we go, 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 go. Throw shade, that's a no, 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 no. Go high, go low, low, low. Like spinning in a 644. Cash money like 504. Ball like AD24. No sleep, need more, more, more. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I'm a real one, my day ones. Try speak up, can't say none. Try dig dirt, there ain't none. I make the money that save up. 10 to 80, my savings. Take to the top on the basement. New car.
Okay guys, workout complete. Was a pretty good push workout actually. Just came off of a 1 week deload as well because performance was starting to take a hit. So very, very happy with the performance this week so far. Added in a couple of new movements like the incline dumbbell press today, which went very, very well. Got the 90s on the top set for 7, a good clean 7, and then got the 75s for 10, which very happy about, especially for the first week doing that in like probably 10 months, to be honest with you. I pulled that out pretty early in prep, like right at the beginning of prep, so very happy with the performance on that. So I'm excited to progress those over the coming weeks here. Maybe I can get back to the hundreds, maybe even 105s with you know, some good form. So very excited for that. So training's moving pretty good so far. Continue pushing body weight up over these next couple of months before we go ahead and dive into a little bit of a mini cut to pull down some body fat before pushing back up. The plan currently is to take 2025 off and not do a show, to just go ahead and build some more muscle so that when we come back in 26 we can bring an even better package than we did this last year. So that's kind of the plan. So probably continue gaining until mid-January, end of January, go into maybe like a 10 to 12 week mini cut, and then continue to push back up. So that's kind of the rough plan for right now. But nevertheless, I'm absolutely starving because I'm behind today. It's like 4:30, and I've had one meal in my intra-workout so far. So let's head home, get meal 2 going, and I will show you guys my post-workout meal. So I'll catch you guys at home.
Camera is dying, so I don't know how much time I have, but for meal number 2, our post-workout meal, we have 100 grams of cream of rice. This is the Elevate cream of rice that I've showed you guys before. Absolutely delicious. Love all of their flavors. This is the chocolate cake flavor. In there, we have 100 grams of blueberries, 100 grams of banana, and then 15 grams of almond butter. And then for our protein source for this meal, we have a creamy that I mixed up. This is just 300 mils of Fairlife skim milk that I do with 1 scoop of protein. That's literally it. That's all I do. I freeze that and I blend it up. It's a good little treat post-workout to just get some protein in. So yeah, we got the carbs here from the fruit and the cream of rice, a little bit of fats from the almond butter, and then a good chunk of protein here from the creamy. So yeah, it's a very simple and easy post-workout meal. It's easy to throw together, it's easy to make, and it is absolutely delicious. So this is going to be a good bolus of carbs post-workout. Like I talked about, a good amount of carbs going in pre, a good amount of carbs going in post, and then a little bit going in intra. So if you guys notice, a lot of my carbs throughout the day are put around my training window. My next meals 3 and 4, are going to have a little bit less carbs in them and a little bit more fats in them because I don't need as many carbs in those meals. I want my carbs to be centered around my workout. So that's the reason that I have a good amount of carbs here. There's a good amount of carbs in the pre-workout meal and then a little bit in the intra-workout as well. But yeah, I'm a little bit behind on meals, so I'm gonna go ahead and dive into this, charge the camera a little bit, get some work done, and then I will probably catch up with you guys for meal number 3. Well, definitely not the most exciting meal of the day, but we do have meal number 3 here, which is an essential bodybuilder meal. This is going to be a chicken and rice, but the main reason that it is chicken and rice, is normally it would actually be ground turkey and rice. I just ran out of ground turkey. That's always what happens when I film these full days of eating, is either A, I run out of something that I need, or B, sometimes I end up, I don't know why I did A and then B, but either one, I run out of things that I need, or two, I end up sometimes forgetting that I'm doing these videos and then don't end up recording a meal or something. That's even worse than forgetting something, but nevertheless, this is meal number 3. So for meal number 3 here, we have 300 grams of jasmine rice, 200 grams of chicken breast. Like I said, normally that would be 200 grams of extra lean ground turkey, but didn't have that, so today we have 200 grams of chicken breast, 50 grams of green beans, 50 grams of mushroom, and 50 grams of pepper. Again, just to get some veggies in there, I think it's very important that we go ahead and we get a wide variety of fruits and veggies throughout the day. As you guys saw, meal number 1 had some apple with it, as well as some other vegetables. Meal number 2 had some blueberries and banana with it. This meal has some veggies with it. My next meal will have a couple of different fruit sources as well in there, to go ahead and just make sure that we are covering those vitamins, minerals, and micronutrient bases. I think that that's something that, especially as guys get into the off season and into the later stages of the off season, when you are getting a lot fuller because your meals are getting bigger, your calories are getting pushed up, a lot of guys start to omit those things, such as fruits and vegetables, but in reality, that is what is going to really help to improve your health markers. That is what is really going to help to just keep you overall healthy and keep you overall fit, is keeping those micro-nutritionally dense foods in there and not just worrying about the macros like your carbs and your proteins and your fats. But nevertheless, that's my little ramble about that. So like I said, 300 grams of rice, 200 grams of chicken breast, 50 grams of green beans, 50 grams of pepper, and 50 grams of mushroom, and then finished it off with 10 mils of extra virgin olive oil, just to go ahead and make up for the fats that would normally be there from the ground turkey, because the chicken is a little bit leaner than the ground turkey. But yeah, overall it is still a good meal. I do enjoy it. Very nutrient dense, a very good whole food sources in there to go ahead and make sure that we are fueling ourselves. But that is enough of me rambling. I'm gonna go ahead and dive into meal number 3. Probably just put on a show, hang out. I have been watching House of the Dragon lately. I just finished Game of Thrones like 2 weeks ago. Don't at me in the comments. I know that the show is like 8 years old or something at this point, but I just decided to go ahead and watch it and binged it over the course of like 6 weeks. I finished like all 8 seasons, so now I'm watching House of the Dragon. But I'm gonna go ahead, eat this, watch a little bit of Netflix or Crave or whatever it is on, and then I will catch you guys for meal number 4. Alright guys, meal number 4 going down. So as you guys saw here, I have 350 grams of 0% plain Greek yogurt. In that, I went ahead and mixed 30 grams of whey protein, as well I have 150 grams of blueberries, 40 grams of Rice Krispie cereal, and then 30 grams of almond butter. So I really like this meal. It's just kind of a good way to go ahead and kind of cap off the night, a little bit of a sweet treat. I think that's something that, again, is missed out in a lot of guys' diets, is going to be some sort of dairy product. As you guys saw, I had the milk earlier today in my post-workout meal. Now I have this yogurt here as well. Dairy is very, very good for a couple of different reasons. Obviously, number 1, it's going to be very high in protein. Number 2, it's going to be very high in calcium, which is something that's very important. And then finally, it is going to have a good amount of probiotics in it as well, which are going to be very good for digestion. But I've been enjoying this meal lately, so the Rice Krispies are obviously an easy carb source. Again, rice-based, as you guys have seen throughout the day. The majority of my carb sources are going to be rice-based, just because I digest them very, very well. Rice Krispies, actual rice, cream of rice, and cream of rice in meal 1 as well, and then just a little bit of bread and then some fruit in there as well. Things that are going to digest easily. That's something that is a key when it comes to whether you're in an off season, whether you're in a prep, whatever it may be, is that we can only utilize what our body can digest. So if you have a meal that you are eating and it is causing you to become bloated, it is causing you to have all these digestive issues, then go ahead and find a swap for that. One of the biggest things with bodybuilding is that there are no must-eat foods. Like, there's no must-do exercises. If you do, incline barbell bench press, it might be great for one person, but for you it might wreak havoc havoc on your shoulders. So that's not going to be beneficial for you. Same thing, if you eat chicken breast and it absolutely wrecks your stomach, while it may be good for a lot of people, it just might not be good for you. So find what works for you, find what your body digests well, and that is what is going to yield the best performance, and that is what is going to yield the best results as well, is going to be the digestibility of your food. Especially when you're getting up there to 3,000, 4,000, some guys 5,000 calories, you want to make sure that you are actually digesting that food, or otherwise you're just kind of suffering for nothing basically, because eating that amount of food is very difficult. But nevertheless, I'm going to go ahead and dive into meal number 4 here, lovely meal number 4. I actually do really enjoy this meal, but going to go ahead and dive into meal number 4 here, head to bed, and then I will probably catch you guys in the morning. Alright guys, well I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video there. I hope that you guys did enjoy the video. I hope that you guys got some value from this video. Like I said, I hope that you guys got a little bit of an insight into some of the foods that I am eating currently in my off-season diet, some of the reasons that I'm eating them, and maybe go ahead and give a try and implement some of them into your diet. Maybe they'll work good for you, maybe you'll digest them very well, maybe you'll just go ahead and overall enjoy them, which is something that is very important. When it comes to being able to sustain a diet in a off-season, especially a long off-season, the most important things is going to be the enjoyment of your meals. You still want to make sure that you are enjoying your meals and that your meals are tasting good. You want to make sure that you are digesting your meals properly so that you can actually absorb them. So choose foods that are going to digest very well for you, and then choose things that aren't going to be too much hassle. I think that that's something that a lot of people do, is they try to make these complex meals. Just keep it simple, keep it tasty, and keep it easily digestible so that you can get the most out of your meals, you can get the best performance in the gym, and you can get absolutely huge. But as always, if you guys that did enjoy the video, please be sure to drop a like on the video. I would greatly appreciate it. As well, if you are new around here, please be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any future content. Other than that, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.